Imagine the US population is represented by just 100 people. If we distributed all the nation's wealth among them, here's what that would look like. In this video, we'll explore how that wealth is divided and what life looks like in each segment of society. The distribution of wealth in the US shows just how concentrated ownership really is. The top 1% of US households currently holds approximately 31% of the nation's total net worth. In contrast, the bottom half of the population collectively holds only around 2.5% of the total national wealth. The inequality becomes even more severe when looking specifically at the financial market participation. The ownership of corporate equities and mutual fund shares is extremely concentrated. The top 1% of households hold close to 50% of the total value of these assets. This dominance means that half of all stock market wealth belongs to a small portion of the population. By contrast, the bottom 50% of households hold only a tiny fraction, highlighting that most Americans have virtually no direct stake in the stock market's performance. Since 1989, wealth in the US has become increasingly concentrated. Over the past 30 years, the richest people have steadily gained a larger share of the total wealth, including stocks, real estate, and pensions. Meanwhile, the bottom 50% of the population has seen their share shrink. Even when the economy and stock market perform well, most of the benefits go to the top. This shows that both financial markets and other assets have mainly helped the wealthiest. To see the full picture, we have to look beyond the data, at the lives of those living it. For the bottom half of America, wealth is defined not by savings, but by debt. Their average net worth is $60,000. But for millions, it is actually negative. The majority of households in this wealth group are renters, often living in apartments, townhomes, or older single-family homes. Many of these families spend over 30% of their income on rent and utilities. If they are homeowners, which is less common, their house is typically valued under the national average of $348,000, with a significant mortgage still attached. Their other assets are consumer goods, like an older, necessary car and home furnishings. They have very little cash in the bank and almost no shares. The ability to cover a sudden $1,000 expense is virtually zero. Any unexpected expense, $500 car repair, a $2,000 medical bill, doesn't just hurt their savings, it puts their entire life into crisis. Now we move up into the middle class. Their average wealth sounds significant, around $1.3 million for families. But look closely at their portfolio. Their wealth is overwhelmingly concentrated in two things: their primary residence and their retirement accounts. This group owns a comfortable suburban life. Their house is typically valued between $350,000 and $500,000. It's their biggest investment, but that equity is locked away until they sell or retire. They drive newer, reliable cars, maybe a sedan or an SUV, and own quality furniture and modern electronics. These are stable assets, but not investments. They own stocks, but mostly indirectly through those managed 401k accounts. They benefit from market growth, but have little power over it. Their retirement money is also trapped by withdrawal penalties until they hit 59. They can afford a yearly vacation and rarely worry about food security, enjoying healthier, high-quality groceries. But they have to keep earning that high salary to service the mortgage and contribute to the retirement accounts. Now we look at the group just below the top 1%. We call them the upper middle class. To be in this group, you need to have a net worth of at least $1.6 million or more. They hold a massive share of the country's wealth, about 37%. For this group, their house is much more than just a home. It's often a big asset worth $1 million or more. They might own a second property too, like a small condo in the city or a little cabin near a lake. This is their extra equity. It's money sitting in property. They drive expensive cars, like a luxury SUV. They don't worry about food and shop high-end groceries. Their vacations are long and often international. Now we reach the top of the pyramid, the top 1%. You need a net worth of about $11.6 million or more to be in this small, powerful group. This 1% controls about a third of all the country's wealth. Their entire life runs on a different level. Their portfolio is not built on a house. It's built on owning companies. The biggest part of their money is in private businesses, venture capital, and private equity, things you can't easily buy on the stock market. For them, a financial crisis is often an opportunity to buy assets from others. Their cars are often part of a collection, like a Ferrari or a Rolls-Royce. Their food is often prepared by a full-time private chef. When they go on vacation, they don't buy a plane ticket, they fly on a private jet. They are the founders of major tech companies, powerful hedge fund managers, or heirs to massive family fortunes. They aren't just earning a salary, they're the people who set the salaries, build the companies, and determine the flow of money for millions of people. If you want to see more deep dives like this, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.